Whenever y'all are ready.
Coach, y'all were down 9 points early on, but then went on a run. What was Tulane doing that was giving y'all trouble?
We weren't guarding at all. It was reminiscent of, we played our best game by far defensively in our last outing against Tulsa, who's had some issues, obviously. We've all had issues in this league, save for Memphis. But they've had some issues, but they typically weren't offensive issues, and we really guarded them. A team that was averaging 76 held them to 51, 33%, won both halves. Just were very, very disruptive. A team that averages 28 three-point attempts couldn't even get that many up, which I thought was a testament to the way that we defended. This game, I thought we came out and we weren't as aggressive defensively, and they've got a motion-based offense with Brumbaugh, the Georgetown transfer, and they were cutting us. So we weren't doing a bad job off the initial action, then they were cutting us to the basket, and it was problematic. Finally, we started being more assertive offensively against the matchup, got the ball in the high post, tried to go through Yaks, and he was able to make plays for us on both ends. And it's a good win. And they're a team that's playing. They won 3 straight. He's got a new group, like we all do somewhat. And they had won their first 2 in conference in a pretty dominating fashion. So they came in with a lot of pop. And I was proud of our guys for withstanding that, finding a way to get the lead. And once we got the lead, we were able to sustain it.
Coach, to this point in the season, Tony's 3-point percentage.
It's very nice of you, Steve. You got seniority and everything. It's very nice. It's very nice of you. I just want to acknowledge it.
Yes, sir.
That's not his nature. Go ahead.
Tony's 3-point percentage is up 10% from last year. Do you see growth like this coming?
Yeah, because he works. Man, I'm proud. I just like to see guys in the gym and then be rewarded for that. AJ's really been in a slump, and in the last 2 games, he played good at North Texas, and he was the X factor against Tulsa. Tonight he's got in early foul trouble, and so it was hard to get a rhythm. And then he came in and helped us because Chris was in his head for missing the free throws, and as a result, he was compounding it by not guarding on the other end. So I wanted to get him out. I didn't intend to keep him out, but then AJ, I thought, played really well, helping us finish the game by finishing some in the open floor. So my point is AJ had worked through his slump, and it's great to see that rewarded by game day performance. Tony works, man. He's worked since the day he's gotten here. That's why he's gotten better. That's why he's played more. And he made, a career-high 5, but all of them I thought were big. The timing of them were big. And when A.J. is out, there's a void there as it relates to our perimeter shooting, and he filled that void.
It's hard to say that you expect the kind of numbers that Yaks had like you had tonight, but in a way, do you expect these kind of nights?
I expect more. You know what's crazy? Isn't it stupid of me? It's just stupid, man. He has 25 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I just want him to be more assertive. I feel like he gives in to contact sometimes. Now, we play him where in the area of the floor that's mucked up. You ever heard the word, you ever use the word muck? I use it a lot. And so it's just a lot of people in that lane area, especially against this zone. But if you can get in there and play through it, then you have an advantage at the basket. And their best post guy, the kid with the hair. You a rap fan, Coolio? Who knows? Like, I reference Coolio, and I like Coolio. This is not a disparaging comment. His hair is like Coolio, who was a big-time rapper when I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. And I'd say that, and our guys had no idea who he was, so I had to Google him and show him. They were like, yeah, you're right. But he had foul trouble, so I really wanted to attack him in the second half because I knew he had, just by nature, he has to be a little more passive, and we were able to do that. But I thought sometimes Yaks was just giving in to the initial pressure prior to us having some fruit on the other side of it. But again, obviously I'm not the brightest guy. You guys know that. But 25, 13, and 8, we'll take that.
Jabbar McGee's one of those under-the-radar players. He averaged 18.7 points in JUCO. But how have you been impressed with his development?
He's getting better. He overthinks things. In fairness to him, we didn't bring him here. We brought him here to be a point guard, but I thought we were going to be able to ease him in a little bit more. Now he's taking live rounds right off the bat. But man, he's a guy who made a huge play in the 1-3-1. That 1-3-1 is problematic for teams because we have size at Chris at the top. We have our 5-man extended above the 3-point line, and we at least have the ball side wing that's putting some pressure on you. So that's a problem for a guard, and it was problematic for them tonight. But the other wing has a long slide. He's got to go from wing to basket. And Jabori did a masterful job. And sometimes we don't do a very good job of that. He made a masterful play. The game was really tight. They tried to throw over the top. He went back with his athleticism, got a loose ball, which led to points for us in transition. So he's a guy that I call him ball getters. Him and Tony are our best ball getters. And you need those guys on the floor. I think Jabori's getting better and better the more experience he gets. He's only played now 16 games in Division I, so I anticipate him continuing to improve.
You guys didn't have a huge lead at halftime, but early in the second half, it seemed like, they made a run and you kind of were struggling a little bit. And
I should stop talking to him at half. That's what you're saying. Let's get to the point.
No, what I'm saying is, but answering sort of.
I thought about that, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
But answering that, and
We're so sluggish. Like, we started the second half and had 3 consecutive turnovers. So now we're up 8 with the ball. Their kid, again, Glenn, has 3 fouls. And they start him in the second half, which I thought was a little surprised, but Ron knows, okay, the game's kind of in the balance. We need to come out and make a statement. Turned it over. Open 3, layup, open 3. Boom, boom, boom. And we do that. It's maddening. It's maddening. I've got to rethink my Newt Rockney speech. Maybe because they don't know who that is either. Not Coolio. I got to get off Coolio. I got to get off Newt Rockney. Got to get some new material.
But then you answered that, though. I mean, and
Yeah,
sometimes in the season you hadn't done that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And, for us to hold them to 69 and down the stretch, I thought we were better defensively. They still shoot 49%, which is ridiculous. But they have more turnovers than assists. We end up winning points in the paint. We do a good job off our glass. We have 13 big offensive rebounds, the area that we are at our best. And we didn't get to the foul line much, and we didn't make them, and we missed a couple front ends, which kept them alive. But I thought we made the plays that were there to be made to give us the separation needed.
Next home game is January 21st. What message do you have to the students?
Yeah, man, I miss those guys. I know they just can't wait to get back and go to class. So I hope when they get back and get back to studying, I hope we can come back on a 4-game winning streak. You've got to protect your home floor. I've always said that. And I thought not only have we won the games, but I thought we've made some improvements. Different guys have played well in different times. So we've got a little bit of a window now. We don't play till Sunday, and then we play again the next Wednesday, and then we don't play again until the following Tuesday. So we've had a number of games in a short period of time. Now our next 3 are about over 2 weeks. So it gives us a chance to continue to work on ourselves, try to get a little better. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
You almost pulled that triple-double. Couple assists short, huh?
Yeah, that hurts. Some of the guys on the bench were telling me about it with like 4 minutes to go, and I had to make a decision between either try to get the win or try to get the extra assist, so I had to go for the win.
Who was somebody else on your bench for?
Yeah, it was Will Shavers, to be exact.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have any idea before he said that?
No, I didn't know.
Close?
Yeah, no. Him and Marquise were telling me, but they were just saying get more assists. You're right there, and I didn't know exactly what the number was, so I was just playing through the flow. But Will finally told me it was 8. So I was like, oh man, I'm right there. But
Fresh haircut, fresh shoes. It's 25 points. How does it feel to see the ball going there?
feels great. I feel like I've been having a pretty mediocre game since I got the haircut, so I can't blame it on that anymore now that I got my first big game. So hopefully I can carry that out and do what I can do when we go to play South Florida and FAU.
AK talks a lot about telling you to be more assertive. What does that look like? When you're assertive, what does it look like?
Man, to be honest, I still can't tell you. To be honest, I feel like I haven't been as assertive as he expects me to be. He wants me to take 30 shots a game, and I feel like I'm not that kind of player. I like to let the flow of the game just go. I feel like last game, AJ had 27 points. I don't want to get in the way of that. I want to just go out there, try to get the rebound. If he misses, I don't want to take the extra shot. So he's really been harping on me about being more assertive, and I feel like one day, hopefully I'll get it, but hopefully it's before it's too late.
It seems like in the first half there were times that you did do that.
Yeah.
Times, not like the whole half, but kind of what did you just see? Kind of why'd you do that at that point? I guess.
At that point, they pretty much the teammates they were telling me to just go. So it was like now that they're telling me, it's like I must see something that they must see something that I don't. So it's just like I catch it in the middle, I'm getting more space, and I was just going. I always think when I catch it there, everybody's gonna come at me and get me like it's been the past few games. But today it was finally opening up and finally got a chance to attack.
Did they in the second half start doing the more double and tripling and kind of running at you type stuff?
Yeah, when we first came out second half, I feel like I got 3 turnovers back to back and was really like starting a run for them because of my mistakes. So I started to play a little bit more timid, but eventually I got out of it because of Coach AK, of course, and it started working out in our favor.
Kind of what's your focus going into the next game on the road?
next game we have to, you know, fix our defense for sure. You know, I feel like we've been getting a little better, but we're still in like the 250s in defensive rating according to AK. So, you know, we just got to play connected. We gave up a lot of backdoor cuts today. You know, we have to eliminate those and get as many defensive rebounds and offensive rebounds as we can. So.
When you see a guy like Tony do what he did tonight with the way he works and, you know, just kind of a, you know, just sort of an effort type guy, but when he has nights like tonight, like as a teammate, kind of what do you, what's the feeling when you see him do that?
It's surreal because, you know, you guys wouldn't expect it. You know, you guys expect him to be the energy guy, you know, just playing defense. So when he's knocking down shots, it really opens everything up for everybody else. They see it going for him. Maybe I can make one. Maybe Ty can make one. Maybe Chris can make one. You know, it just gives you that feeling that you can do what you can do, you know, just because of that.
At the time that you were falling out of bounds, the number 7 from Tulane was falling out of bounds and kind of got tied up on your hands. What do you remember from that?
I felt like I got pushed first before I like yanked them, but I feel like it's like a reflex when you're falling to try to grab something so you don't fall down on your back. So I don't know. I feel like I could have played that out a little better, you know, or just sold the push. But I'm not really that kind of guy, so I don't know. I try to catch myself from falling.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it was pushing against you before that, and you were like almost swiping at it.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious what you were.
How much when you get, just in general, when you get your second foul in the first half and go into the second half with 2 fouls, how much does that change what you can do, you know, being physical and different things like that?
Yeah, it changed it a lot because on the rebounding, I'm really pretty physical. You know, I try to bump people out their spot or try to like swim move being real handsy, and it makes me play a little bit more timid all around pretty much. You know, there was times where somebody was driving to the lane, I didn't want to jump because I didn't want to get that third foul. I have to try to get out of a habit of being so scared of getting a third foul because regardless, coach is going to, you know, put me in. I'm going to have to play smart regardless. So just limit what I can do.
Anything else for you, Alex?
No, thank you. Thanks, appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
Best of luck on the road.
Thank you, man.